Yo, it is your truly, Lamortis, aka Mr. Kool Spot. I'm here today at our world premiere, the Kool Spot Spotlight with my co-host, my beautiful assistant, Sharita Freeman, aka Free the Poet. How you been?
Hey y'all, what's going on?
Good, good. How you been? You been all right?
I'm good. How about you?
Been good, man. I've been good. It's been, life happens, man, and of course we don't want to ignore our first guest up here, Alicia Betty Rhoe. How you doing, sis?
I'm good. How are you?
We're good.
Good. But now life happens, man. And you know how it is. Like the larger the vision, the
Can you
more.
hear me?
Can you guys hear me?
We can now. You cut out for a second.
Oh, I cut out. Okay.
Yeah.
Can you hear me now? Okay. All right. Cool. But now I was saying, you know how it is. Like the larger the vision, the more obstacles come in the way, right? And it's like, do you fold or do you keep fighting is the question, right? And I'm learning, learning about spirituality. And the first step of faith is believing in something. And then once you start believing, remember we talked about this in the interview, once you begin to believe in something, then that enters you into the first realm of spirituality. That's faith. You know what I mean? So with faith comes spiritual attacks. Let me look at the camera. Let me look at y'all while I'm talking. So with faith comes spiritual attacks, and when your faith is tested, it's only a test to see if you really believe what you claim to believe. So this is your moment to stand on what you believe. So for me, it's been a lot happening. I don't really speak out much. I'm a very busy person. And Free, thank you for working with me in my schedule. Thank all of my guests that's on here today that's going to take up their time and share. Thank each and every one of you guys. And I'm sure I can speak for you guys as well, that once you've made up your mind to pursue what it is that you're pursuing, because we have authors, we have, MCs, poets, and spoken word artists, and I mean, phenomenal guests on the show today, which I'm super excited about. And once you guys have begin your journey and fulfilling the things that you're sought after to fulfill, we get attacked, and it has to be expected. You know what I mean? So this is just a part of the journey, man, and we have to know that it's coming. And what do? Either we're going to sink or we're going to swim, fight or run, and this is just that time, man. So I'm super excited. It lets me know that I'm where I need to be, right? And as long as I'm where I need to be, hey, it's going to always be all good, right? Mm-hmm. So yeah. But Free, how's your week been? You been good?
Lamar, you cutting out. Say that again.
I was saying, how's your week been? Have you been good? Hold on, let me see. Let me know if I cut out, because it might be my.
Lamar.
I got you. Am I better?
Yes.
Is that better?
Yes. Can you hear him?
I can hear you.
Afro, can you hear him?
Yeah.
Okay.
You hear me now?
Yeah, you was cutting out. You were giving some good stuff, and I was like, maybe it's just my side.
No, why you let me finish? You let me get to the end.
But you was like, it was almost like you were just like kind of frozen. And I was like, okay, let me look at reactions if other people can hear me.
Yeah, it's all good. It's all good. The spirit moves, but it's cool. Right. But I would say, in a nutshell, though, once you believe in something, having faith is the initial step into spirituality. So once you've entered into that realm, expect the spiritual attacks.
Now.
I don't know why am I cutting out now. That's weird. That is weird. All right, hold on. I got you. Hold on. Check.
We can hear you.
You hear me now, right?
Uh-huh.
Okay. I'm sorry. I may have given you guys a lot of feedback and static. How about now? We good?
We good.
Okay. All right, cool. Well, let's just go ahead and move along. It's all good. You know how that happens, So exactly my point exactly, right? So, but now I'm super excited about today's show. It's the world premiere of the Kool Spotlight, where we want to highlight our entrepreneurs, anybody that's offering any services or goods. Whether you can be an artist, you can be an author, you can be an organization, you can be a nonprofit, you can be whatever it is that you do. If you want the ones to offer services or any kind of form of goods, hey, this is the spot for you. And if you know somebody and it just doesn't have to be happen to be you, pass the information along. Plug them in. We'll be glad to have them on the show and spotlight what they're doing in our communities and also for the betterment of their own family. You know what I mean? So Alicia, how you doing, sis?
I'm doing good.
Good. It's been a minute, man. It's been a minute, and I've been checking you out for a minute now. And first of all, congratulations on the book. Congratulations on the book. Yeah. Big teams, right? So just want to say congratulations, and I'm super excited for you. We want to just dialogue real quick and just get into this book. Okay. First of all, let me share a little bit about who you are. You are. Hold on, I done lost my page here. Let me get back. So Alicia Rhoe, she also goes by Afro Betty. She's an author, a poet, a minister, an NLP coach, motivational speaker, and vocalist. She's multi-talented, man, and phenomenal person, phenomenal friend. We've shared.
Can you hear him, Alicia?
Mm-hmm.
You can hear me?
Yeah.
Free, can you hear me? You can't hear me, Free?
I can't hear you. You cut out. That's why I was trying to ask her if she could hear you.
Alicia, you hear me, right?
I can hear you fine. Mm-hmm.
Okay. Yeah, I don't know what's going on, Free. I don't know. So, but if I cut out, y'all just let me know, all right? Don't let me just talk and then. All right, cool. But Alicia Betty Rhoe, Alicia Afro Betty Rhoe. Afro Betty is her poet name, and she's an author, she's a poet, she's a minister, NLP coach, motivational speaker, and vocalist. Multi-talented, awesome, great friend, somebody you can definitely trust, rely on. Super excited about your book, Memoires of a Little Black Southern Girl. Let's talk about that, sis. What's that about?
So, firstly, thank you for the introduction. I love y'all, so I'm not going to get into that, but I love y'all. I appreciate you for even reaching out to me. But so my book, Memoirs of a Little Black Southern Girl. Mm-hmm. It came about after a series of just like things I would write here and there. I never really had any intention of making any book from it. I journal not that often because most of the time when I journal, my journaling is my poetry. So I didn't really do a lot of journaling, but that's really what it stemmed from. And what ended up happening, I was thinking about like just how my life had changed and what I had been through and the things that I've learned along the way. As general as that sounds, it really came from a lot of lessons, and that's the whole title. It's a long title. Yeah. So it's Memoirs of a Little Black Southern Girl, Life Lessons and Honesty Sessions, because I'm very vulnerable. I tell my story, and the crazy part is I was talking to my writing coach, and I had to go over my manuscript. And I was like, oh my gosh, I do not remember telling all this stuff. And this book, I was telling a lot of my tea. So, for the people who get the book, y'all gonna have some very interesting stories about it.
I'm volunteering tea.
But, I learned so much, and a lot of it I learned only through and by going through life. Yeah. It wasn't just anything anybody told me, even though there were little nuggets that were planted. It really just came from God showing me different things and making me realize stuff. Something just as simple as loving my hair.
Yeah.
The way it is, loving my gums. I always wanted pink gums, you guys. I always wanted pink gums. It was beautiful. Hated my black gums, and learning to love everything about myself, the things that I go through, the situationships I've been in. So that is why it's, it's a memoir, but I tell you a little bit of the lessons that I've learned along the way that I think a lot of times, especially with conversations that I have with people, not that they're intentionally trying to ignore whatever God is trying to show them or say to them, but just like the way we kind of deal with our lives from generation to generation, it really affects the way that we receive what God wants us to receive from him.
Nice. So like vulnerability, because I when I think of memoirs, I'm thinking of, just like you said, it's your journey, right? These are different memories of different places in life and life lessons and things of that nature. So when I'm thinking vulnerability from a writer's perspective, how important is that? I mean, how important is that to you as a writer? Like, I guess overall, what would be the impact, the end goal as far as the impact that you wanted to have, and why vulnerability had to play a big part in
that? The primary thing that I want to see happen is people see it's okay to feel all the hurts, the confusion, to doubt yourself. It's okay to deal with that. You're human. But at the same time, you have to, not only do you have to recognize your worth and get to that point, but you have to hold yourself accountable. You have to get to a point in life where you say, maybe things are not turning out the way that I want them to, because I am not putting myself in a position for them to happen. And that could be anything. That could be a plethora of things. And the reason why vulnerability is so big for me is because I found my freedom through the testimonies of other people who decided to be vulnerable. Who were like, I don't care if you find out I've been on drugs. I don't care if I've been, abused. I don't care if that, I was sitting up lying, being a contradiction in the church. I don't care what you think about me. I've gone through this. I've healed from brokenness, abuse, whatever it may be, addiction. I've healed from it all, and I've learned something about myself. And that hearing those stories from other people is what helped me. And I think it's for other people to see and to know that you might not feel like other people are going through the exact same things, but they are. And, to know that if you don't have anybody else, if we don't tell our stories, who else is going to know that freedom is possible and healing is possible?
I totally agree with that. And I think overall life is about learning how to manage. It's like saying we're good stewards, right? So it's good being a good steward. Me and Free talk about this all the time. Being a good steward isn't just about monies. Being a good steward is about how we balance life. So from good steward to good steward, we're here to help each other, for one. So if I'm a good steward, even in my imperfections along the way, I will find the different levels and scales of mismanagement that I found myself dealing with because of maybe what I was taught growing up. It's been 30 minutes. Hold on. But even from it's coming back on. Even from what I was taught growing up, my camera has a timer on, and I'm still trying to figure that out. But even what I was taught growing up, was what I was taught growing up information that I can use to set myself up for success in the future? Or was it set up to just keep me stagnant? Or was it set up for just failure? So we find a lot of mismanagement in life. And I think memoirs, the book is called Memoirs of a Little Black Southern Girl. And I think that the title is powerful. Yeah, it's a little long, but it's powerful. It's a little long. It's about that much, right? About that much. But it's powerful. It's powerful. And I like to crack jokes. I like to make the best, so don't mind me. You know what I'm saying? It's all love. But it's powerful because again, healing is the objective. how have I found healing through what I've gone through, and how could I help you find healing in your process along the way? Beautiful, beautiful, beautiful. You know, beautiful. So, so what like? How long did it take you to write this again? Let's revisit that.
It occurred over a couple of years. I write a little bit here and there. As far as the organization of it, the book itself, the timing of it is it's set in like technically it is my past, but it's more from like a couple years ago because I didn't update and I thought about changing things around and, you know, putting a little bit of my current story. But for me, I felt like at this season, it was going to take away from what I wanted the book to be about. Because there was a reason that I wrote it the way that I wrote it and I put it together in the way that I put it together. So yeah, it took a couple of years overall. Yeah. Good stuff. Now, do you want to share like an insert of the book? Like, is there a highlight in the book that's like your favorite part? Like, if I say, well, hey, I heard you an author, you wrote a book called The Memoirs of a Little Black Southern Girl. Like, what's your favorite part? What would be the part that in the book that you would share to me? Well, I got you on the line. So there's a chapter I call A Force to Be Reckoned With. So I'll read a part of that. I won't read, of course, I won't read the whole chapter. But it says, I came, I saw, I conquered. Life has a funny way of making you aware of who you truly are and the power inside that you possess. I used to think that my trials and tribulations were coming to destroy me, but they were preparing me for the journey ahead. How can one conquer the storm without the wisdom to use the tools set before them? And right after that, I quote James chapter 1, verses 2-3. Consider it pure joy, my brothers and sisters, whenever you face trials of many kinds, because you know that the testing of your faith produces perseverance. And I'll end it here. There's an old saying that goes, a calm sea never made a skilled sailor. In other words, you do not learn how to be a conqueror without being tested by the water. I often imagine myself on a stage facing a crowd of individuals who are anxious to learn from me. I know the battles I have fought and insecurities I have overcome, and it fuels the inner fire that I must guide others to the path of freedom. It is a freedom of self-doubt. It is a freedom of self-destruction and self-annihilation. So that's the insert from that chapter.
Fire. Can I snap to that? Because that was poetic to me. Can I snap to that? Okay. Free. I think you have a lag, Free. You're lagging with the connection. Your connection is lagging. Can you switch? She's coming right back.
Better?
Connections. Where you at? I don't see you. Do you see her?
I can hear you. Well, I heard you.
I can hear you, yeah, but I don't see you, Free.
Can you hear me now?
I hear you. We can't see you. Uh-oh. Technical difficulties.
I'm back. Can you hear me?
We can hear you. Hold on. Let me try something. Hold on.
Yeah.
There you go. There you go. I see.
I tried to switch on my cell phone doing transition. Like, let me do it while she's talking.
You good. Right. Do you have any questions for Alicia, aka Afro Betty?
I do, because what I do know in following her social media is that she is a woman of so many talents. From, being your personal delivery driver to helping you with your papers to, just a woman-on-woman counselor. I don't think it's really anything that she doesn't touch or that she won't do. And I love that because it's never a doubt about if you're going to try something. You're going to go do it. And you're going to be like, let me put this flyer up, okay? I'm in this area today. You need me to drive you what you need. Yeah. and she's so easy to talk to. And so I think you've had the art of not limiting yourself with anything.
Yeah.
And I'm sorry, did you hear me or was it lagging?
No, I mean, we heard you, but you froze.
And so, I mean, I'm serious. And I feel like you're a role model, because even I remember the first time I heard you speak, the way you dominated the room was just like, oh, and she got a little bit of Jesus in her. Okay. My personal opinion versus me having a comment. But I just wanted to make sure, I think, you know what I'm saying, you're supposed to tell people the greatness that you see in them when you see it, and letting them know that others see them, regardless if they get that their honest opinion from everybody. And I think that as being a woman of God, like how is it in the community we're trying to push past the adversity of just being secular and really growing? Like I heard you say, like, hey, I don't care if you know these things about my past, because they don't define who I am. Yeah. But what advice would you give an upcoming, whether it be minister, artist, someone that's just coming and they're just like, where do I start? It's so much available. Where do I go? Where do I start?
Just to clarify, you mean like where do you start as far as making that step into your calling, your purpose to just.
Yep, there we go. You're calling your purpose.
Okay. I'm just put it plain and simple. Prayer. I'm gonna tell you something. I would not be where I am right now if it wasn't for God, like giving me the voice that I have. Because see, y'all know Afro Betty now. Yeah. But Afro Betty a couple years ago, when she was just Alicia, Shirley's daughter, and Dion's sister, and Jap's daughter. Okay. I was not very vocal. I was scared to say anything. Some of my former church family, they still laugh to this day, because let Easter Sunday come and I had a speech. Mm-mm. I ain't saying it. Y'all give somebody else say it. I don't care how long I practice. I'm not saying that speech in front of the whole church. Right. But learning that there's our lives are, even though we have the spirit of free will, God still orchestrates our lives to bring forth His word. Because the word says His word will not come back void. So whatever He's spoken to happen in our lives, again, we have the power to make it shift in another direction. But if we really, it doesn't matter what point in your life, if you get to a point where you say, all right, Lord, I want to understand what you want from me, you'll see how things are orchestrated. Things that didn't make sense, some things all the way from childhood, and there was just a flow of things that you didn't even realize were setting you up for your calling and for your purpose. And that is the first place, prayer, because it helps you to see, okay, I didn't realize all of this was connected. It's like this big puzzle of life that God has given to us. But we look at things separately, but God doesn't work like that. He works to bring things together in one place. So that is the super holy response, but it is God.
Well, one more thing, because I just want to say it being another, maybe this is inappropriate, but we'll be all right, because we family in here, okay? I just want to say, even looking at your motivation in the journey known as weight loss, like back and forth, and I know I yo-yo, I'll be like, oh, I'll be looking real slim thick, and then it get real bad. But what I'm saying, the transparency in that, because so many people don't have that motivation to know, like, once you backtrack a little bit, it's okay to post that picture and just be like, but I'm coming back. That's right. And so even that is motivational. Like, I feel like there's so many layers to your ministry and your outreach and those that you touch. And so I just want to let you know that we see you and we appreciate you. And this is your time. So I want to offer you one more thing. You got 60 seconds to tell everybody a quick synopsis of Afro Betty, of Alicia. Like, you had to sell yourself in 60 seconds. This is on you. I'm gonna give you 5 seconds. Countdown, okay? 5.
All right. This is my quote that I live by. I'm an heir to the kingdom, lover of freedom, singer, writer, lover, and fighter. No damsel in distress, but fragile nonetheless. Lover of soul with a story untold. Y'all can follow me on social media. And I love people.
Oh,
I'm an introvert. Let me put that out there. I mean, I love it. I love people, but I'm an introvert. So keep that in mind too.
She was gonna drop the mic like that, but I'm an introvert after I said all that.
Right,
just so you know.
Yeah, just let you know. All right, so good stuff. And your social media handles again? Share with the world.
Facebook, Twitter, at the Afro Betty, THE Afro Betty, BETTY. And Facebook, the Afro Betty.
Nice. Yeah. So again, we just want to thank you. Here at the Kool Spot, we like to give everybody their roses while they still kicking. I feel like it only increases. It's fuel to the fire. You know, as artists, as entrepreneurs, as people that are thinkers, it's very important for us to know that we're appreciated. You know what I'm saying? And there's a lot of competition out there, which is fine. There's a lot of downers that are out there, which is fine. A lot of haters, that's fine too. You know what I'm saying? But at the end of the day, though, it's like knowing that you have a support team or even just individuals in small pockets, any little bit counts, you know? And we just want to say thank you for the bottom of our hearts here at the Kool Spot for everything that you're doing, how you give back, and the heart that you have. So we thank you once again. Appreciate your time. Thank you for joining us at the Kool Spot, the spotlight here on the Kool Spot. And thank you. You know what I mean?
Love y'all.
Absolutely. We love you back.
Well, darling.
All right. So let's go to the next person.
All right. I gotcha. Let me go ahead and bring on Mr. D.L. Davis. It'll be just a second. Let me bring him on up.
Yeah, that was cool.
It was. I don't know. You know, the devil busy, okay? Because the way my sister don't never mess up when we do podcasts, but like it was cutting out. I was trying to move over to my cell phone. I was like, it don't want to do great. What it don't want to do today.
I told you what it is. Like once we walk into this thing, this is obstacles has to happen, man. Offenses must come. Obstacles have to jump in the way, and it's just what it is. It's
right. You had just finished saying that too, and I was like, how did I get?
Right, you gotta expect it. It's all good.
All right, let's bring in the brother D.L. Davis. We're adding him right now. Hello, Mr. Davis.
What up, brother?
Peace and blessings. How y'all?
Good.
We just want to thank you once again for your patience, brother. And we're excited, man, because you know I think I've been getting notifications. I don't know, maybe you were tired of some other stuff, man. I remember getting notifications from them, but it wasn't in your bio here, so I won't even mention that other stuff. But I've been familiar with you for a while, bro, and I don't think we've connected. I think we've crossed paths in some groups before here on Facebook. And it was interesting because I tried to do some research on everybody that I interview and stuff, man. And I was like, yo, we connected from somewhere. I'm sure it's from a group somewhere on Facebook. You know what I mean? We've even interacted a few times a while back. So, you know, I just want to say I'm super excited because, you know, you're a poet, you're a radio host, author, and you just released a brand new book and a CD, right? So the book, yeah, he's working free. He's working. So his book is called My Soul Told Me To. I'm sorry, I don't want to chop that up. My soul told me to. My soul now, like my soul cries out. My soul told me so, right? So it told me to. And then his CD is also called Shorts. So give everybody a little bit of background about you, brother, and let's talk about your book release and the CD that you have out. Let's talk about it.
The book, excuse me, My Soul Told Me To. Mm-hmm. That was released a year ago, actually. And it is just what the title says. Okay. Folks say, why you write the book? Why do you write poetry?
Okay.
My soul told me to.
Okay. He's an artist first. Right. Duh.
It's just that simple.
Right.
I cannot not write.
Right.
You have blood in your veins.
Yeah.
I have poetry. So whenever the spirit, the soul says right.
Sounded right.
I bow down.
Hey.
And I do want to touch on what Miss Afro baby coming in with. She was like, ooh, like that Lady of Rage thing. Beautiful.
Yeah.
She mentioned overcoming some obstacles, healing from a few things.
Healing, yeah.
There's a couple of poems in the book that I literally had to go into my own soul and confess and heal from a couple of things. One poem is called "Who Am I?"
Okay.
And the other one is 7 years / Sealed with the Kiss. And both of them is about, basically, I could have been a better father to my 2 daughters. And accepting that fact was hard. It was difficult because I had to look myself in the mirror.
Yeah.
You know? Initially, it's like, it's your fault. It's your fault. I'm the daddy. Yeah. It's all me.
It's all you, yeah.
So writing that book was soul wrenching, and the CD, it's a beautiful CD. Of course, I'm not biased at all, y'all.
Right.
It's called Shorts.
Right, come in.
The title Shorts come from it's 8 short tracks.
Okay. It's 8 short tracks. So what's the length? What's the average track length?
1.5 minutes.
Okay. Nice.
I have 1 or 2 that hits that 3-minute mark.
Okay.
And then I got about 2 or 3 that hits the 2-minute mark.
Okay.
But yeah. And I learned from Maya Angelou that there's nothing wrong with short poems. Before I bought one of her books, I was like, short poems, that don't make no sense to me. I couldn't grasp that concept, right?
Right.
Then I opened up her book, and there's pages after pages of just, a paragraph even.
Yeah. But
she got straight to the point. There's substance, and it makes sense. And I was like, oh, so she just gave me permission to do that.
Absolutely.
So that's, I went and done that, and we have shorts, and they make a powerful punch, in my opinion. Yeah.
Okay. Good. Now you know we're also artists. I'm also artist, and Free, that's your artist name. Lyrical Storyteller, that's my artist name. And always, anytime I run across a new artist that I haven't heard before, I get excited because I like to hear new pieces, right? And now, you threw something out there. You were fishing a little bit because I know you were just responding to what Afro Betty said, right? But you threw that out there, you cast out there, and I kind of caught it. And I said, yo, that one about parenting as a father, that sounds really personal. I'm a man that's about healing. I'm a man that's about freedom. And I feel like if I share something, I will, I'm always open to hear, okay, where are the healing points in what you're talking about, if this is about, you know what I mean? So I know typically as a father myself, there's a lot that I've gone through, and there's a lot that I've experienced. There's a lot that I could also talk about too. And we can all use some advice. We've all messed up. We've all been to some hard places as parents. So from a parent to a parent, from good steward to good steward, help a brother out, brother. Help me out, brother. Yeah, from good steward to good steward. I love to hear. I love if you're ready for it. If you don't,
how young is yours?
So I have an 18-year-old. I also have a 15-year-old, and I have a 3-year-old.
Okay.
I know the big jump too, isn't it?
Yeah. My daughters are 29 and 30.
Okay. Good.
Yeah. So what I've learned, even at the 3-year-old age, and there may be a difference the way mothers and fathers think. No, there is. What I've learned is listen to your children.
Absolutely.
I didn't say listen to your grown adults.
Right. Yeah.
Listen to your children.
Right.
Because as parents, one of the biggest things we do is raise our children to be their own person, right? So even though they may still be in your house, you don't want to you're not going to allow any disrespect. Of course not.
Right.
But when they have opinions and thoughts and beliefs that initially you don't agree with, talk to them about it.
Yeah.
Try to find out their train of thought.
Yeah.
There is so much dysfunction and broken homes and families simply because mommy and daddy would not listen to their children. It's either this way, my way as a parent, or there's no way. I say that's wrong.
That's wrong. Thank you.
I say it's wrong.
I was going to challenge you on that too. That's good though. Good answer.
And you may, some folks may think she's 3 or he's 3, whatever case.
Right, he's 3. Yeah.
It really doesn't matter.
Yeah.
It really doesn't.
Yeah.
How are you feeling today?
Right.
What can I do for you?
Right.
And that, you do that, my man, I think things could be a lot better than just shutting your child down,
right,
kicking them out the house.
I agree.
Yeah, because a lot of things can be resolved.
Yeah,
just freaking talk about it.
That's it. That's good. You know, August 1st, we're actually working on putting a discussion panel together about parenting, and the topic is going to be, can we allow our kids to hold us accountable? And I think it's going to be very touching for a lot of parents that are old school and traditional. So I'm glad you said that, what you said, because, you know, I think that's going to be very important with the way the day and age, as far as where we're in today and how the kids are learning and just, you know, society, period. Like, we have to learn to turn with the times and not say we pull away from our roots and our values and moralities. We still hold to those, but we also have to change our approach along the way, you know? So I totally agree with what you said, brother. That's good stuff. Good stuff.
You said it, man. Change your approach. That's it, bro.
Yeah. Okay, good, man. Good. So do you have any like poetry pieces? Because I know you've been in some award shows as well. You've traveled. Can you share a little bit of background about you know, the award shows that you've been a part of?
I competed a lot over the years in San Diego. I was stationed down there for a while. I'm sorry, I don't want to disrespect. I was living down there for a while. And Lyrical Exchange was one of the favorite spots to go to. And one year I competed in the competition to the Poetry Slam.
Okay.
I came in third. It was my first time out. I came in third place for that. I just itched over the time limit. Other than that, I would have been golden. I also was part of erecting several open mic venues around the greater San Diego.
Nice.
I didn't actually go out and do it, but I was hand in hand with a young lady who did do it. She would go to the businesses, make the deal. We would come in, host open mic. I learned how to host from her.
Okay, nice.
Michelle Paul is her name.
Okay,
A
nice.
beautiful spirit.
Yeah.
I think it's been about 7 years now, and that sounds crazy to me. We was my man and I, who was now his real name was Renard Gearby.
Okay.
He's in Germany. We used to host a radio show called Expressions Radio. Presents the Bad Boys Kitchen. It's a little long.
It's all right. It's all right. Powerful.
It was on the Blog Talk Radio network, and I was doing it. I started solo a little bit before him.
Okay.
Once he came aboard as co-host, that first year was a National Poetry Awards for us, and our radio show won that award.
Nice.
So we made a lot of friends. I don't see how it could have been more fun, except for having video shot of it. We don't have a video. But it was a magnificent run. So that's I traveled I had a vacation in France, so Paris, France. I was able to hit the stage over there as well.
Nice. So would you have? I'm sorry. I didn't mean to cut you off. I know we kind of pushing the time a little bit, but I want you to close out two ways. Because I know you're an artist first, like we are, right? And you know, artists we stay ready so we don't have to get ready.
Okay.
So I know you have one in the chamber and that 357 or that M16. I know you either doing some multi-firing or semi-fire. What are you doing? Like what are we working with, brother?
Do I get two or one?
Share one because of time, and then we'll close out with you sharing your social media handles.
Okay, that sounds great. Then stay ready so you have to get ready.
Yes, sir.
I'll do my signature piece.
Okay, I love it.
Martin Luther King is a poet. That's one of my favorites. I said it. So this piece is called I Have a Dream.
Okay.
On the east side of LA is where I used to lay. South Park, that's where I used to hang out and play. I endured many eerie nights, and most days were not so bright. I'm a native of the back streets, the domicile of some of the safest brothers you would ever meet. What up, partner? Who's you? I'm the one in the low 6'4" cut, Lauch's on and the system's up. I'm on top of the roof, so you can't see me. But with my 2020 view, oh yeah, best believe I could see you.
Okay.
Call me the White Horseman or Dr. Green Thumb. I'm the Don with the magic wand. I'm that NIGGA in the alley, aka the Candy Man, but the OGs call me the Pusher Man. I could have been a crook. I was a witness to the dope being bought, cut, and cooked. I could have been the one on the corner saying to my crew, everybody on point, here we go. Dealing to strangers, hoping they not 5-0. I could have been the one on the corner saying to my crew, everybody on point, here we go. Dealing to strangers, hoping they not 5-0. I could have been the one on the corner. It could have been me with the sleepless nights. Posted at the front door with my arsenal, guarding La Famiglia by the streetlights. I'm sleep deprived, so you believe I'm slipping, right? But mister, how you figure you can move quicker than I could pull this automatic trigger? So bust the move and try to dash with my stash. Good luck. Oh, I never missed. So you just messed up. I could have made Scarface feel like an ABC movie. The world is mine, and it would have been all about me. But see, I'm a survivor. My soul was kept alive. Despite all the negative influence, Dr. King isn't the only one with the dream. May he rest in peace. So I decided to stay in school and do the right thing. This is my third chance at a higher learning. And this time I'm in it to win it. You see, I refuse to be just another stat. Another death in the ghetto yesterday. Male, early teens, and black. And that would be in small print buried way in the back. You see, I have a dream. to one day stand up and be heard with all eyes on me. Now that dream's a reality.
Yeah.
I have a dream that one day each and every one of you, Moy, Afro, Puffs, all of y'all can be whatever it is you want to be.
Yeah.
Just don't hurt nobody, yo. My love.
My love.
Oh, that was
fire. And your artist name is One Love, right? That's where does that come from? Is that your artist name?
That's my old name. So I wanted. Did you find that by doing research?
No, you gave me that.
Okay. I'm old. Never
That's
mind.
all right. That's all right.
I got an email like, I didn't know that.
Yeah.
So, One Love is what I started out with.
Okay.
And it did me good for years and years. But, as we grow up, we tend to shed skin, become a new person. So, I now take on D.L. Davis, which is my actual name.
Right, and that's dope. So let's share with everybody, and that was fire, by the way. Thank you for sharing that piece.
Thank you.
That was definitely, I love it. But let's share with everybody your social media handles and how everybody can get in touch with you, brother.
Real simple. D.L. Davis, the poet. That's on Facebook, Twitter, and IG.
Nice.
Please swing on by the D.L. Davis, thepoet.com.
We got you.
And all things me that's where it's going.
Nice.
CD and book and poems, it's all right there.
It's all there. Good stuff, man. Good stuff. D.L. Davis, thank you so much, brother. Thank you for just all that you've given, all that you gave, and all that you're going to give, bro. And I think you have some phenomenal work that needs to be heard, and we appreciate you for stopping by the Kool Spotlight, so we can, help the world see who you are, introduce you to the world, or at least our circle of folks here on the Kool Spot. And just want to say thank you once again, bro. Definitely, man. We have work to do, so stay inspired. Let's keep it moving. All
the time. Bless.
Thank you. Stay safe.
Bless, brother. Awesome. Good stuff for you. So
being powerful, I like it.
Dropping some gems. We talked about parenting, gave us a piece.
Okay, we know how you feel about the accountability with parents. Like, let your kids talk and hold you accountable.
Yeah, when we do this discussion panel with parents, it's going to be phenomenal, man. What I'm telling you, it's going to be life changing for a lot of people, I believe. Just some different perspectives on some stuff, man. I think is really effective. So that's going to be great. It's going to be great. So I'm excited. You kind of lagging, or you froze up smiling right there.
Yeah, because it froze.
But I hear you talking.
It froze, and I was just like, but I know they can hear him, so I'm just going to keep smiling. Look, that's how I'm seeing a way through the technical difficulties, because I can see everybody else's reaction.
Yeah.
I can see on the screen. And so I was just like, all right, nobody's making a crazy face, like, why am I smiling?
Yeah, she froze, yeah.
It's probably okay.
Right, yeah.
Look, stop telling my secrets, more. You like, why she smiling?
I can hear you, your mouth not moving free. You froze. All right, so let's go ahead and call up. So we are missing one person, Aquines Anderson. She's an inspired artist, and she's an inspired actress and model. She's also a musician, but unfortunately, she missed today's show, which is always all good. Definitely praying that all is well with her, and maybe next time we can get her back on again. So, but we're going to go ahead and move on to our last guest, Sherman Williams, aka DS Will, my big brother. One of my biggest inspirations and what I do. Super excited about this one. Can we bring him in? Where is he at?
I want to do an introduction. That's my
okay, go ahead, do it. I'll let you I'll let you do the introduction.
Okay.
Yeah.
Okay, so to my brother, someone that as I began my poetry journey, saw a little bit more in me than a lot of people and invested time and pushed me like to greatness, not just a little bit, like a lot of bit. Like, you gonna get this together, okay? Like, free. Like, I remember even rehearsals, like, all right, you gonna take it serious now? Like, what you doing? Okay. And like, I oftentimes literally compare you and him to be parts of who my dad was. And so y'all always like hold a sacred place in my heart. So I, you know, without further ado, I guess I'll let y'all meet. I gotta share y'all, you know, with the world. We're gonna bring in King DS Will. Hold on. There he is.
Peace, hey, peace.
I can't even follow up that intro. I'm about to take a nap, get up, and come back, and then maybe
right.
No, I
He
just
did that for real too. He walked away and came back for you.
I had to get a little swig of water, a little swig of H2O. Thank you, Food Line, for that. It's an honor being here. Television just came on out of nowhere. Can I turn the volume down on this?
We just gonna let you know I was here too. We just wanted to hear the interview as well.
We're gonna pray for them ghosts that's over there. We're gonna cast those out.
Them forces don't want us to be great. No, but thank you for the intro. Memoires is actually kind of like our 10-year anniversary of knowing each other. 2020, 2010. So see your growth and evolution and having this very dope platform. Just want to salute you.
Thank you.
And to Free, your growth, your evolution, your leadership that you have now is just something to marvel at. And you know, now you're the leader. You know, now you're taking individuals underneath your wing, and that's what it's all about. It's a circle of development. Someone helps you out, and you take the mantle, and then you press forward, you play it forward as well. So it's just beautiful to see the communities involved in general.
Thank you, King.
Absolutely. So we want to welcome you to the Cool Spot Spotlight, and just a quick introduction as far as a little bit of more background about you and what we'll be talking about today. Sherman Williams, also known as DS Will. He's a writer, phenomenal poet, playwriter, founder of the press play Poetz. For anybody that's been in the Triangle, and I don't know, maybe even some other states that you've been a part, that you've actually collaborated with. He's the founder of a phenomenal group of collectives of dope poets, man, phenomenal people. And he's also like one of my favorite MCs. Like, you know, I don't like, you know, so I'm a real laid back, chill and observant kind of guy, right? Free. And I like to watch, and I don't say a lot of the times, you know. And but as I get to know and I see like the different sides of DS Will, I listen to him as a poet, his stage presence, his tones, and how he's able to carry the crowd in his pieces. And then I'm like, yo, man, I'm inspired. I want to do spoken word now. You know what I'm saying? And it was because of him is why I kind of actually jumped into doing the spoken word thing, right? And then it's like people sleep because I think a lot of people know him more so as a poet, more so than an artist, like a rapper, an MC. A lyricist too. So like on the MC side, I'm like, yo, fire, bro, fire. And all I got to say is, man, I'm honored that you've taken some time out to share some of your day with us here at the Cool Spot. And I'm looking forward to building with you. You know, we have some work to do. You already know. We have some work to do. Absolutely. So let's talk about DS Will, man. What do you have up and coming? Where are you right now in your projects? What do you want to talk about, bro?
We are living in some very unprecedented times that cannot be parallel to anything. So I'm in a very interesting spot. I've been in a spot of reflection, forward thinking, but also mourning. And I think that all of us can kind of relate to that, you know, mourning due to the fact of what's going on right now, with our fight being brought to the forefront.
Yeah.
Trying to navigate through intentions to see who's really our allies and what we can do in our own individual lanes. So my thing is, you know, how do I the transference of energy. How do I transform this energy, this mourning, this aggression, and frustration into something that's productive?
Yeah.
So that's where I'm at right now. And we all have a role to play. Some of us are on the front lines. Salute to those who are on the front lines.
Salute.
Some of us are in the background organizing. And then we have the artists, which is us. And we have a responsibility right now as artists to be able to push forth a narrative and an outlet for us to be able to continue to progress. So that's what I've really been trying to do on a couple of different fronts. One thing I do want to mention is first idea I came up with was having a place where kings can be able to vent and to be able to express themselves. So I created this thing called the King's Court, which is actually a virtual book club.
Nice.
And the great thing about the virtual format is that you can reach people from all across the country. And so I've run into a great deal of phenomenal brothers who are doing great things. So why not get all of us in one room so that we can start to strategize on how we can help our villages, you know, and not just those in the know. Let's invite our sons, let's invite our nephews, so they can start seeing images and people that look like them that are being progressive instead of the negative imagery that's constantly projected on us. Controlling the narrative. That's what we have control over. It may not be broad, but we at least have it in our own inner circle. So that's one of the main things I've been working on.
Nice.
The album coming out
Nice.
Is actually a hip hop album, and you're right. I don't really announce that I'm an MC too much because everybody raps. I bet my mama got a couple of 16s under the
Right. So 80s flow, little 80s, 70s, 80s flow.
Yeah, little 70s flow, little militant. But I felt that now was the time to come out with this album. And this is going to be my first album that is completely profanity free because I wanted to be able to for most audiences to be able to enjoy it. It definitely has the message. It's my personal story, but it's also very socio-political, and it's very, it mirrors what's going on right now. So each song is basically going to be a reflection of what we're going through as a people and the conflicts that we have. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
And then finally, the poetic mixtape, which actually started off as an idea for me kind of gathering my peoples for my birthday. But it has such a good response that I wanted to continue it. And it really gave people the opportunity to get to know other poets from other states. So we've had folks from Jersey, you know, from where I'm from, West Coast over in Cali, Kentucky, Missouri, all of these poets, all of these people coming together and formulating these new relationships. So when things do get back to semi-normal or new normal, we are going to be able to travel again because we are going to defeat this. We now got family in other states. The community goes from Raleigh in the Triangle to nationwide.
That's the beautiful thing about the artistry, man. Like the artist community actually knows how to stick together. And I think like even going into, because, you know, I used to hit up a lot of open mics and, you know, I came in with my Christian hip hop or more of a positive faith-based, you know, type rap. And it's like, it didn't matter where I went, the love and the support was there. You know what I mean? And I appreciate that. And you have back in like the early 2000s where people actually were really doing this thing seriously full time. And like, I would say like the way people did it back in the early 2000s was like local artists that you're trying to get out. They would set up a tour and they would find different groups of other artists that already collaborate in these different cities, right? And they would connect with those. And the same thing that you're doing with the poetry mixtape, right? So the same thing that you're doing with connecting with other artists in different states and different cities, they would do that. So when they tour, they had a place to stay. You know what I mean? So like I can go to Dallas, and because I'm connecting with this community in Dallas, I can actually have a place to kind of, you know, rest my head for the evening, you know, or for the weekend. And like people really got out there and they grind and they got that money, man. They did this thing like on some like from the muscle. Before the whole explosion of the digital age, you know. But like the hustle is real, man. I appreciate like all of your endeavors. It's always about community first. And that's the beauty. And I've learned the art of community by watching what you've been doing through Press Play and all that you've already done before that, you know. So good stuff, man. Good stuff. Good stuff. So the album, like, how many songs you have on the album?
We're juggling. It's going to be anywhere between 11 to 15.
Okay.
I want to be very selective about what I put on there. I got some dope guest artists and some surprises that I haven't leaked out yet. But
okay.
The first single, which is called Abolitionist, features my brothers, Flow Essence and Eternally MC. So I'm just honored to have them on the track. Shout out to Cypher University, Cypher. We got together, we wrote this thing, and it was all love. I dropped a snippet of it, you know, dope feedback. You know, I played a portion of Flow's verse, and he just went in. So
yeah.
So that's going to be dropping soon, and again, a couple of other surprises that's on the way with the album, some different perspectives, but it's all about growth and just putting out a message, man. You know, I do have this one track. It's called POL, Prisoner of Love, and it really talks about our relationship that we have with this country. It's a love-hate relationship. You know, true, we've been able to grow. We've built this country, but at the same time, we've been abused by this country, neglected. So how do we balance those array of emotions when it comes to living here? Yeah, man, it's I'm excited about it.
Yeah. Good stuff. Now, do you have any favorite verses? Well, can you release any favorite verses? Like, you know, I mean, I've heard a snippet of 2 of them.
Do it.
And I love all of it. You know what I'm saying? I will say that the entire track with the what is it? The one you just mentioned with the other 2 guys on it.
Flow Essence
and yeah. I wish they were on today. And I said, man, just acapella the whole track. Acapella the whole track, daggone, because the whole thing fire. And I promise you guys, like this album that he's working on, I was blessed to be able to hear a sample, some snippets and different things, and I'm just like, I'm blown away. The qualities, excellent quality, the content, the lyricism, and you know, they're what I call contextual writers. Like they have the concept, or conceptual writers, and they have the concept and they stick to the concept. It's not we're going to rap about love, but I'm talking about shoot 'em up, bang, bang, and flossing and all. Nah, we are sticking to the concept, and a lot of it's political, you know. So I'm like, no, it's fire, bro. You guys put in some time in that, and I thank you, man, for just, you know, investing that time. Now you know, now you're an artist now, and we're on the Kool spotlight, and you know, whether it's an MC, whatever hat you want to put on, you had to switch hats to keep that one on. That is fly. You know what I mean? you keep the hat on, keep that one that you have on right there, just pick a side and say which one you want to go with. But we definitely got to hear something before you log off.
Okay. I'm going to give you a preview of one of a new poem that I've been working on.
Okay.
I want the MC. I want you guys to experience the songs in general, you know, with the accompaniment. It's coming soon.
Yeah.
But this is a sample of a piece. It's untitled. Word on the street is Black Lives Matter, and it was all yellow. Such a cold play of defiance, but pardon the lack of applause. My hands are still full from catching hell at home where the hatred is. The same hate you give isn't novel. It's a cauldron that's been brewing but can no longer be this still. If time could be shaken in the bottle, how long will it take for the glass to crack under the pressure of bending knees? No cap, just 8 minutes and 46 seconds proposing to live with this ring, the brass knucks up, boxing tension to the counter's supremacy, hustle through those boys in the hoods, peddling like the cool kids who still miss cornbread whenever we request our seat at the table. So,
that's it?
That's all.
That's a whole scissor. You know what? You got the scissor reel.
Free, why he just do that? Why he just do that? Why he do that like that? Free, why he just do that? All right, so but no, that was phenomenal, man, and it's I'm drawn in. I'm like, okay, that's it. Where's the rest of it? That's it. He's gonna leave me hanging like that, huh?
Yeah, that is all, my friend.
He said, "That's it.
That's it.
For now.
It's all good. It's all good.
Catch the rest of it at the next mixtape, which is going to be called the Poetic Mixtape. And I will have the whole thing there.
Nice. So when is the mixtape dropping? When could we expect that?
So the Poetic Mixtape events, Poetic Justice Mixtape, and it's a trilogy. So this is the last one that I'm doing for this season.
Okay.
I'm going to be working on some other things. This one's going to take place in August. It's supposed to take place tomorrow, but unforeseen occurrences, like you guys said at the onset, the spirit's working against you, but like you guys have been doing, persevere. So we got to persevere. We have a later date in August. The album, I am looking at a September, October release date, but the first single in its entirety will be dropping soon, and there's going to be a couple announcements on the way. There's going to be some surprises, and I am in the.
He about to spit some more, Free. He's gonna spit some more. We lost you. No, you're not gonna leave us like that. That's not how we're gonna end this show.
You look, DS hot, dang it.
That's not how we're gonna end this. That's not what we're doing.
Hold on. So look, I'm over here like, is it me? Is it technical difficulties? So I'm looking here in my cell phone like.
It's his connection. It's his connection.
Oh, okay.
It's his connection. Hold on real quick. Let me see if I can. Yeah, it's his connection.
Look, we're just gonna wait for a second. We're just gonna small talk for a second because you just can't walk out like that. You just drop the mic though, so it might be.
That was definitely a drop the mic moment, wasn't it? Don't leave me.
All right, looks like he lost. Oh, he's back. Hold on.
There he is.
All right.
All right, there you go.
You see what I mean? Got the television on, the laptop.
Hey, we in a good place. That's all that means. We're in a good space. We right where we need to be.
So yeah, and I am in the thick of editing my first book.
Nice. Congrats, brother.
Very soon. I know it's been a long time, but very excited about that. I have an editor on it right now, and making some announcements on that as well.
Nice. So, where were we, Free? What was I saying?
We was reeling him in, and he was telling us, wait 1 more second, and then he walked away. And then
he walked. What you walk away? You gonna give another piece?
Backstreet, don't leave me, boy. You know what I'm saying? Like, don't leave me. He was like, we know he like to drop the mic. He's like, he ain't leave right.
Yeah, you're not dropping the mic, not today, bro. That's not how we're gonna end this. That is not how we're gonna end this. No. So what else did you want to share, man, before we go ahead and log off for the day? You want to have anything to share, your social media handles and messages?
IG, it's DSWill83. Facebook, you can find me at DSWill. Email, I guess we still do use that. It's if you want DSWill, that is one term. Other than that, I just want to say I'm proud of both of you guys. This platform is dope. It's innovative. It's fly. You know what I'm saying? It's not contrived or corny, anything like that. And you both bring in your own respective flavor to it. I wish you success. Let me know how I can help. And
thank you, bro.
About it.
Yes, Before everybody leaves, I would like to bring everybody back that was a guest today.
Okay.
Hold on one second. Hi, everybody.
Hey.
So we wanted to just bring you all back just to, for starters, just to say thank you for coming on today and just being a guest and allowing us just to spotlight with you today so that we can all build. We just appreciate all of you. You know, we are in awe of just your work and the things that you bring to the table. And we just can't wait to build and just continue to network. So just understand if you need us, let us know. The Kool spot is here. So just let us know.
Thank you. Thank you.
No problem. You got anything, Limo?
No, I just want to say again, thank every last one of you guys for just taking this time out and making this world premiere such a phenomenal experience. I truly enjoy myself. I love meeting new people. I love breaking bread. I love to get to know. I love to learn background stories and just how have you or what have you gone through to make you who you are today. So thank you for you guys' transparency. Thank you guys for sharing your personals. Thank you for sharing your links, your stories, and whatever channel it takes to convey that message through whether it be book, through CDs, through music, through poetry. I just want to say thank you guys because it's definitely something that we need more of today. So again, I love you guys. Thank y'all. Again, it is yours truly, aka Mr. Kool Spot. Please don't forget for everybody that's viewing. If you're tuning in late, catch the replay on my YouTube channel, the Kool Spot on YouTube. You could also check us out on the Kool Spot and see on Facebook or just the Kool Spot on Facebook. And what else, Free? The website.
Patreon. Check us out.
Yeah, you got
content is always readily available. Make sure you email the Kool Spot crew if you have any questions. If you feel like you want to donate to our cause, feel free to use the Cash App. Okay, guys, it's at the bottom of the flyer. So that Patreon, and if you don't know about Patreon allows artists to receive support. Whether it's like $1, whether you're like, you know what, I want to donate $1 a day, or excuse me, $1 a month, whatever you would like to give. And it's something every artist should eventually have, just because there's some people that want to support you and don't know how to.
Yeah. And
that gives them that ability. Sometimes you might want to give them some extra information. So maybe like DS, for instance, might want to put a sample on a Patreon. Like, since y'all support me a little bit differently, let me give you a little bit more. Let me give you a little bit more of a teaser, or, you know. So it just allows you to have that much more control over your brand. So we got the Patreon, we got the YouTube, we got the Facebook. Follow us at the Kool Spot. Also make sure that you follow your Kool Spot crew. That is myself and Mr. Kool Spot himself. I don't know if I forgot anything.
Free own it. The last thing, just the website. Just join the community on the website, www.thekoolspot.com. Free membership, 2-click process. You can join in with your Facebook or your Gmail account. It's just that simple, 2 clicks, and you guys can get all the updates. You'll join the mailing list just by clicking and joining the community. You'll join the mailing list for all of our updates, upcoming shows, and this is just the beginning. You know, we started off by doing podcasts, and then we started doing the live podcast, and now we're doing Spotlight. So next up that we're going to be doing is some lectures. So stay tuned for that. I'm super excited about that, man. I got a lot to give. We have a lot to give. And
10-gallon people, guys.
Yeah.
I'll tell y'all history of that later.
Yeah. But again, she mentioned the Patreon because, again, a lot of work goes into what we do. A lot of work goes into the back end, the back office stuff that you guys don't see. And a lot of that's been invested with the equipment and everything else. So whatever you guys can pledge, by all means, be led by your heart. Be led by your convictions. Know what you can handle. And anything is a plus. Anything is appreciated. So I want to say thank you guys once again. Look, my camera ready to go. Wait a minute.
Camera said it was time to go, y'all. Okay, even the camera let us go. Okay, we give a 30-minute incident, just like y'all remember how.
But again, I just want to say thank you guys for all the love and support. Thank you guys for sharing. Thank you guys for tuning in. Thank all of the guests for making this premiere such a phenomenal experience. Once again, I love everybody. Thank y'all for the love and support again. Support, share the page, like, subscribe, and comment to YouTube, all of that. Just follow the Kool across the board. That's all. I'm done.
That's it. And we are out, y'all.
Yeah.
All right. Y'all.
Yep, we